In the realm where ancient rivers like the Tigris and Euphrates once flowed, where the sun-baked earth cradled the seeds of civilization, there existed an oral tradition so vibrant it defied the boundaries of time. Here in this cradle of humanity, amidst the ruins that whisper tales of bygone eras, we trace the birth of a masterpiece. 1001 Nights, framed by the haunting strains of a lute and the rhythmic cadence of a storyteller's voice, gave birth to a treasure trove of tales that have echoed through the corridors of history. Today we find ourselves transported to the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, where the Euphrates River's gentle current mirrors the flow of narratives that have captivated hearts for centuries. Let's start with the beginning. Ever wondered about the dawn of these enchanting stories? How did they first take shape and find their audience? Let's embark on a journey back in time to the fertile lands between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, a region that cradled the birth of civilization. Here, nestled among the ruins of empires, the oral tradition flourished, giving rise to the captivating tales that would later be compiled as the 1001 Nights. Imagine a world without books or digital devices, where the flickering light of a campfire was the only illumination, and the most popular form of entertainment was listening to stories told by wandering storytellers. It was a time when tales served not just as amusement, but as a way to pass down history, culture, and values. And so the epic saga of 1001 Nights began its humble journey. Our narrative takes flight with the tale of Scheherazade, a woman whose life hangs in the balance as she prepares to wed the enigmatic Shahryar, a powerful monarch grappling with the scars of betrayal by his wife. With each sunset, the shadow of death looms over her, yet she holds within her the power to rewrite her fate. As the clock ticks, Scheherazade weaves a tapestry of captivating tales, each designed to ensnare the Shah's attention just enough to delay her imminent demise. But why, you might wonder, does the story begin with such a precarious situation? The answer lies in the very essence of the narrative frame that envelops these tales. Shahryar, consumed by grief and mistrust after his wife's deceit, has sworn never to wed again. But fate intervenes when he encounters Scheherazade, the daughter of his late vizier. Recognizing the opportunity to end his desolate reign, Scheherazade offers herself as a bride under one condition. She asks for a single night's reprieve before their union is consummated. This sets in motion a series of events that will test the limits of love, loyalty, and the power of storytelling. As the night deepens, Scheherazade begins her mesmerizing narration, each tale more captivating than the last. Her stories transport the Shah to distant lands, introducing him to a kaleidoscope of characters, from mischievous genies to cunning merchants and hapless lovers. Through these tales, she skillfully captures his interest, leaving him suspended on the edge of each narrative, eager to hear its resolution. The Shah, initially resistant to love, finds himself gradually drawn into the spell of her storytelling. As the nights pass, he becomes increasingly enamored not only with the stories, but also with Scheherazade herself. And yet every evening as the sun dips below the horizon, she pauses her tale, leaving the Shah in suspense and securing another night of her own survival. This delicate dance between life and death, between trust and betrayal, continues for 1001 Nights, forming the intricate frame upon which the true essence of the 1001 Nights rests. But why, you might ask, is the collection known as the 1001 Nights and not simply 1001 Nights? Well, the extra night serves a dual purpose. Firstly, it symbolizes the persistence of hope and the triumph of love over adversity. By delaying her fate, Scheherazade embodies resilience and resourcefulness, defying the grim reality that confronts her. Secondly, this additional night carries a literary significance. In traditional Middle Eastern storytelling, it was customary to include an extra tale at the end of a story cycle. This not only provided a satisfying conclusion, but also left room for improvisation, allowing storytellers to tailor their narratives to their audience. In the case of the framed story featuring Scheherazade, the 1001st Night is reserved for her final tale, which ultimately leads to the resolution of the overarching plot and the revelation of her clever strategy. But the allure of the framed story featuring Scheherazade goes beyond just a clever storytelling device. It encapsulates several key themes that resonate throughout the entire collection. Love, loyalty, betrayal, forgiveness, and the transformative power of storytelling are all given center stage in this initial narrative. The story establishes the central conflict that drives the entire collection, Shahryar's internal struggle to overcome his grief and reopen his heart to love. It also introduces the protagonist, Shahrazad, a woman who dares to challenge societal norms and defy death itself through her wit and charm. Furthermore, the framed story sets the historical and cultural context for the subsequent tales, immersing the reader in the vibrant world of the early Abbasid Caliphate during its golden age. Now let's talk about the star of the show, Scheherazade, a name that echoes with the melody of Arabian Nights. This captivating character serves as both the narrator and the central figure in the framed story that envelops the vast collection of tales. Scheherazade is no ordinary woman. She is a beacon of intelligence, courage, and resourcefulness, whose life hangs in the balance as she prepares to marry the enigmatic King Shahryar. You might be wondering why Shahryar, a powerful ruler, would consider ending his own life instead of addressing the issue of infidelity by his previous wife. Well, the answer lies in the depths of human emotion, a realm where pride and dignity often overshadow rational thought. Consumed by grief and disillusionment, Shahryar finds solace in the belief that ending one's own life is a noble alternative to enduring the pain of betrayal. In his heart, he wrestles with a profound sense of shame, believing that to live with the knowledge of his wife's infidelity is unbearable. For him, death becomes a shield against the torment of emotional turmoil, a misguided attempt to regain a sense of control and honor. It's a tragic consequence of a love turned sour, where despair outweighs the value of life itself. So let's explore the depth of Shahrazade's character. What makes her a compelling force in the narrative? Shahrazade's story unfolds against the backdrop of a deeply patriarchal society. Upon her marriage to Shahryar, she finds herself in a precarious position. Despite being the daughter of the late vizier, she is aware that she must tread carefully in order to protect not only herself, but also her family's legacy. Entering the royal court, she knows that her reputation and status are at risk if she fails to meet the expectations placed upon her. The weight of these societal pressures adds a layer of complexity to her character, highlighting the challenges she faces in a world where women's lives are often defined by their relationships to men. Despite these constraints, Scheherazade emerges as a symbol of female empowerment. Her decision to marry Shahryar, despite knowing his reputation for ruthlessness, showcases her courage and determination. When faced with the prospect of death, she refuses to be a victim of circumstance. Instead, she takes control of her fate by employing her intellect and storytelling skills to outsmart the king and buy more time for survival. Through her quick thinking and resourcefulness, she defies the traditional roles expected of women in her society, demonstrating a remarkable ability to navigate the treacherous waters of the royal court. Shahrazade's character is further enriched by her compassion and empathy. Despite the danger she faces, she demonstrates kindness and understanding towards Shahryar, recognizing the pain that lies beneath his hardened exterior. Through her patience and genuine care, she gradually chips away at his emotional armor, revealing the wounded heart of a man in need of healing. This aspect of her character highlights the universality of human emotions and the power of compassion to bridge even the deepest divides. Moreover, Shahrazade's unwavering determination and thirst for knowledge contribute to her allure as a protagonist. Her dedication to honing her storytelling abilities and her willingness to embrace new experiences and cultures showcase a dynamic and intellectually curious individual. This thirst for learning and personal growth adds depth to her character, making her more relatable and inspiring on those around her. In essence, Shahrazade's character transcends the boundaries of her historical context. She embodies timeless qualities of intelligence, courage, compassion, and resilience, making her an iconic figure in world literature. With the 1001 Nights being an epic anthology, the collection boasts an impressive array of tales that reflect the diverse influences and cultural exchanges of its time. These stories offer a glimpse into a world where Persia, India, Greece, and Arabia intertwine, creating a rich tapestry of mythology and folklore. One of the most prominent influences on the 1001 Nights is Persian mythology. Tales like the Three Apples and the Enchanted Horse draw heavily from Persian folklore, reflecting the region's deep-rooted traditions and beliefs. These stories often involve elements of magic, mythical creatures, and heroic adventures, showcasing the Persian penchant for epic narratives. Indian mythology also leaves its mark on the collection, particularly in tales such as The Enchanted Ring and The Conference of the Birds. These stories highlight the influence of Hindu epics like the Mahabharata and Ramayana, incorporating themes of duty, devotion, and the battle between good and evil. The presence of Indian mythology underscores the extensive trade and cultural exchange between India and the Middle East during that era. Furthermore, the 1001 Nights exhibit traces of Greek mythology evident in tales like the Seven Voyages of Sinbad the Sailor. These stories demonstrate the impact of Greek epic poetry and folklore, introducing elements of adventure, exploration, and encounters with fantastical beings. The influence of Greek mythology reflects the cosmopolitan nature of the early Abbasid court, which actively engaged with diverse cultures, including those of the Greeks. This fusion of mythological influences creates a unique blend of cultural elements that sets the 1001 Nights apart. It reflects a world where different civilizations converge, exchange narratives, and blend their beliefs, resulting in a rich and multifaceted tapestry of storytelling. The historical setting of the 1001 Nights provides a captivating backdrop for these enthralling tales. Imagine yourself transported to the heart of the early Abbasid Caliphate, a period often referred to as the Islamic Golden Age. The time is between the 8th and 9th centuries CE, and you find yourself in the vibrant city of Baghdad, the capital of this vast empire. The air is filled with the aroma of spices from distant lands as merchants from across the known world gather here, exchanging not only goods but also stories. You might encounter traders from India, China, and Africa, each bringing with them tales of mythical creatures and faraway lands. As you stroll through the bustling markets, you come across scholars engrossed in their books, discussing the latest scientific discoveries and philosophical ideas. The House of Wisdom, or Dar al-Hikmah, beckons with its towering shelves housing ancient texts from Greece, Persia, and the Arab world. It's a place where scholars from various cultures converge to translate and study works of literature, science, and philosophy, fostering an atmosphere of intellectual exchange and innovation. The grandeur of the Caliphy's palace stands as a testament to the wealth and power of the Abbasid Caliphate. Ornate architecture adorned with intricate geometric patterns and verses from the Quran welcomes you within its majestic walls. Here, surrounded by luxurious furnishings and marveling at the craftsmanship, you witness firsthand the opulence that defines this era. Amidst this backdrop of cultural exchange and artistic brilliance, you find people from various backgrounds coming together, sharing stories and creating a sense of community. Musicians from Persia, poets from India, and storytellers from Arabia gather in public squares or at private gatherings, weaving tales that captivate and inspire. It's a time when science, mathematics, and astronomy flourish, with scholars like Al-Khwarizmi making groundbreaking contributions that will influence the course of history. The invention of algebra and the introduction of Arabic numerals revolutionized the field of mathematics. Meanwhile, astronomers like Al-Sufi meticulously chart the stars, creating celestial maps that aid navigators and expand human understanding of the cosmos. This confluence of cultures, intellectual pursuits, and artistic achievements creates an atmosphere of wonder and discovery, much like the enchanting world portrayed in the 1001 Nights. And there you have it, a captivating journey into the cradle of the 1001 Nights. We've explored the birth of these timeless tales amidst the ruins of ancient Mesopotamia, where the whispers of bygone eras still echo. We've delved into the mesmerizing frame story that sets the narrative in motion, introducing us to Scheherazade, a beacon of intelligence and resilience in a world where survival hinges on wit and charm. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and make sure to subscribe for more enchanting tales and captivating journeys through the world of literature. Until next time, keep watching, and may the magic of stories fill your life with wonder.